Welcome to Wednesday Night is Overbooked. We get the full team back here. I want to thank everyone who tuned in Sunday for myself and LeftEyeEgo doing a live recap, the reaction to WWE Evolution. And we got a lot to talk about as we are 2.5 weeks from Summerslam. We don't get time to breathe, folks. But let's go around the horn here too. My stage right is the man, the myth, the legend, the more educated now, Mr. LeftEyeEgo. Ego, how are you, sir?
It's doing great. I just know that one of the poor trade-offs of being your friend is having to realize JV was right on some things, and some things we're going to have to discuss tonight. So that's how I'm feeling right now.
Most things. And directly,
Jesus Christ.
Directly beneath him, our legal expert, it is the Duke Devil 95, Bradley Burnett. How are you, sir? Loved your wormhole show today.
Oh, this week's? Oh, yeah, this was the fun one.
Too bad Hitman that wasn't there.
Yeah, even though Hitman wasn't, well, that would actually detracted of it. But last week we had a much more attractive guest on our show.
Yes, the scenery definitely dropped in quality for this week.
Yeah.
And directly beneath me, it is the Matt of 1,000 Holds, the unbearable 73. Matt, how are you, sir?
Doing okay. How are you all doing?
Doing wonderful, but not as good as apparently Seth Rollins. Now, we are jumping right into this on Saturday night's main event, the second to last match, in a match with LA Knight and Seth Rollins. Rollins did a springboard moonsault, a lion salt, basically, and he had previously landed on his knee a little awkwardly earlier, his right knee, which he has a history of with a MCL, ACL tear previously. Landed on it, and his knee, he just went right to the corner, and the ring doctor came out, and he said they called him audible and let LA Knight finish the match. Results right now are inconclusive. He was in Birmingham on the Monday, which is where a lot of their specialists are. They said there was too much swelling, and they're going to be doing stuff in LA, so they're waiting to get results from that. He was on the Rich Eisen show today saying, I'm no doctor, but I know the body, and I could be out for quite a while. We also heard John Pollock of Post Wrestling say that he was told by an inside source of his, and John Pollock is not one to just pull shit out of his ass. He was told to watch for an injury angle involving Seth Rollins. Now, I know Matt loves to say that everything is a work.
There's always a plan B. But I said in my video for this,
okay,
I talked about my video. I think let's say the injury is a 6-month injury. They're going to say it's much more severe than that. So when Seth comes back at 6 months, it's like, oh my God, he's returned from injury.
Super healing.
Like Triple H recovered from death, that type of thing,
Gotcha.
So let's say it's just a strained ligament or something. That's 3 to 6 months of rehab or whatever. They're going to say, oh no, he severed 17 ligaments in his knee and had to have like quadruple bypass surgery in his knee. They're going to go over the top with it, to give him some return.
Ego, does your knee have 17 ligaments?
It will in WWE.
Ooh, 7, 8, 3 I can think of.
It will in WWE.
I'm a doctor of juris, and even I know there's not that many.
Yeah,
I once heard, I once heard a girl on to say he severed both aortas in the ring.
So that's probably,
does he have a leg right now?
We are going to start off hot here already.
Who's getting that one?
Mic drops going already, which, by the way, we do mic drops in here for the panel and the chat, and at the end every month we see who gets the most mic drops. And speaking of the chat,
was that Matt's mic drop?
That is Matt's mic drop, sir. Yes,
and that was in reference, by the way, to the dude who used to do the hard punch at his finisher. Over his face.
Hello, Kai. How are you, sir? Thank you for stopping by.
What's the dude's name?
And we have a goal of double-digit likes for the show. That is always our goal to start with. So please hit that thumbs up. It costs you nothing. All of our information is down below in the description for all of our social media, our own individual YouTube channels. So if you don't mind,
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
thank you, Harley. So, hey, Mr. Eric Douglas, I dreamt I won the AEW World Title. Wow, that's
Eric Douglas is Christian from the Patriarchy after he fumbled his cash in last year.
So and he's like, hey, 7 more likes. Come on, everybody. There we go. Make sure we're all hitting that thumbs up button. Also, check out the link to that Joker Voice, the merch store. Another way if you want to support the channel. So, if this injury is legit and he's going to be out for us for a serious amount of time, this is devastating. I mean, a few weeks earlier, we talked about the creator blow that Morgan that Liv has on the women's roster, especially on Raw, because of so many storylines that she's involved in, and a lot of talent in these stories kind of revolves around whether Liv's involved. So they've had to go to the what, Matt?
He's muted.
B.
Plan B.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
Weird thing.
We need to Joker. You need to make just a cut in plan B.
Maybe.
No, my thunderstorm just kicked up, and for some reason my microphone got disconnected.
Hello, Dempsey. Hello, sir. How are you? So this would be an even bigger devastating. This is the top heel action, money in the bank. There's lots of angles and lots of stories that come into play. So I want to get your thoughts quickly, just around the horn. Ego, starting with you.
In terms of just the
impact of losing Seth Rollins.
Man, yeah, that's a big blow. I know they're trying to recover from it somehow, but I mean, just that's very devastating, man. Liv Morgan, it was bad enough with Liv Morgan, but now you got Seth Rollins, who was pretty much carrying the first 10 to 15 minutes of Raw every week with his promos, calling everyone out, leading his faction. So it's a devastating loss, man. I don't know what they're going to do to try to cover with the plan B on this one.
Matt, I mean, Brad.
It is a huge blow, and Ego is completely correct because, as sexist as it sounds, still WWE is a male sport, so the guys run the show. Yes, Liv was a big deal, but the bottom line is the guys run the show. So when you lose the big guy who is starting the new, story, this was the new storyline. That's clearly Triple H's new storyline. Seth Rollins' new stable. I remember it doesn't
have a name yet.
I know we did something off of ECW, Dangerous Alliance 2.0. But I think someone got a call saying, could you cut your paternity leave short? We need some help. And that actually makes me think, could some interesting things happen that swerve some people?
Very possible. Matt, your thoughts on the loss of Seth Rollins?
Well, he was in for a major storyline, and that basically derails it. So that's part A of that. Now, the idea behind his group was senior Seth Rollins will help push younger guys,
Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed,
and anyone else they put in there. So can they swerve this somehow to get another senior guy to cover for Rollins during this run? Because this group needs to be bigger. This group needs to be about 7 dudes, just basically a couple mid-carders, a couple top carders. So, that was my goal. Is like, can they figure out someone who could step in to be the main man, and maybe Seth comes on up, because Seth can't actually even travel much until the swelling goes down, because flying will aggravate it.
So that's an interesting take. So, do you have a thought that maybe gets added in there, Matt?
Well, I mean, they can't do it because of the lawsuit, but Brock Lesnar will be the perfect guy. I mean, You know,
Okay.
that
Brad, you raised your hand.
I think we're going to see a change in Roman Reigns.
Mm-mm.
nope.
It's possible.
Nope.
That would be a way to go, though.
Because of the way Raw ended, I don't see that happening.
I understand, but who else is big enough to do that? And then look, when Seth comes back, it then sets up what we really want, the actual final battle: Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. WrestleMania.
Okay, that's possible.
If they heel turn Cody, he'd be good for this.
Okay.
Do that.
Too soon. It's still not going to happen. Cody Rhodes is not going to go homelander yet.
No.
You know
Ego.
what?
Your thought?
I say, who says anything or anyone has to be added? I said this last year that Braun Breaker needs a Paul Heyman to push him, and it looks like they're already doing it.
Yeah.
I actually have him go straight to SummerSlam, win the belt, hold on to it as long as you can until Seth comes back, and then set up a beef. That's
What
what I would
belt?
do.
Well, what belt?
World Heavyweight Championship.
Those matches are
That's already decided.
already set.
That's
No, he ran the
that's
gauntlet.
Gunther.
He ran the gauntlet
He's
for
saying he
SummerSlam,
can't-
right?
He lost.
And lost the last one.
It's not time. It's who got
Oh,
pinned.
that was the last one. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck it. I still say go ahead and have him run whoever through he has to go through to actually get the belt. I don't care that he lost to Gunther on this one. Well, lost in the gauntlet. Doesn't matter.
It can't be SummerSlam though. He lost. That Punk's going to face Gunther at SummerSlam.
And
That's
we're going
fine.
to talk.
I don't care. I'm just saying I still push him as the next person
Okay.
and have him get the
Okay.
belt until Seth Rollins comes back.
Now, again, this might be a hot take here. But who amongst the baby faces is still kind of feuding with this group and has a long-term story to eventually become a champion? And that's Sami Zayn.
Was Sammy even on Raw this week?
He was not, because of right now his nemesis, who's getting big organic pops, lots of fan support, and right now he's a cool heel. For the time being, you could
Karrion.
insert Karrion Kross.
Ross, that's not a bad idea.
It's just a thought.
But what about Yeet Nation?
Oh, fuck it, Yeet Nation. Nobody
Thank
cares
you,
about
sir.
it.
We're here
Thank
to stay.
you.
We're here to stay.
No,
I didn't
you're
need
not.
you to tee that up on me. That needed to be teed up, okay?
That's exactly what happened to Yeet Nation.
Said enough of that nonsense right there. And here's what we say about Yeet Nation here. Well, 3 of the 4.
Seriously, no one cares.
As Ego is now upset that I have my toys back. So
I really am upset with that.
You could just actually cut part of that rock clip. Just
Yeah,
a
there-
part and just leave the last half to free.
But another story coming out of Saturday Night's Main Event.
Oh shit.
What the show was really built around was the final match in Atlanta, the second home of WWE Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg. Now, this match, as I said in my video, went way longer than it should have because the Seth Rollins LA Knight match got cut short. And was there a fumble at the end? Sure, as Bill was getting ready to do his I'll forgive you, sir, on that. Hey, Mr. Jacob Ironton, how are you, sir? And Dempsey, for saying Goldberg was one of your favorites.
You just made the list.
That's how we do that here. So,
We're placing you in charge of keeping our list, by the way.
so we had this match. Gunther obviously led this match. This match went about 14 minutes, which is about 5 times longer than any Goldberg match ever. He does the job, puts Gunther over, and then decides to go on the Ariel Helwani show, which, by the way, he does great interviews, and proceeds to say, yeah, I thought it was fine. It was okay. But the WWE could have handled my retirement better with more class. For one, he complained that his post-match interview got cut short. Now, WWE did put the full interview on their official YouTube channel, so you could get the full 10 minutes. But this is not a WWE thing. This is an NBC thing.
Mm-hmm.
They have a hard out because they got local news, whatever, and so boom, done. From the Rollins injury, everything backstage, from everything I've been hearing, was chaos. So it was get it out, get it done. And Goldberg was saying, they would never treat Undertaker like this. They would never treat Flair like this. And I'm thinking to myself, are you honestly putting yourself in the same category as the Undertaker and Ric Flair?
Yeah, how dare they try to even equate themselves to Goldberg?
I'll go last on this, but I want to hear you guys' take on just what I think is just being ungrateful from one Bill Goldberg. Ego, you started off this show as a Goldberg fan, kind of an apologist. We'll start with you, sir.
I was a Goldberg an apologist, and now it turns out I owe everyone else an apology. I cannot believe the more I get to know this man, the less that I like. And that's just, it's one thing to not like someone's personality outside the ring. But if I don't like your personality inside and outside the ring, it's like you are ugly inside and out to me. First of all, you're saying you're ungrateful about having a retirement rematch, which you didn't deserve, shouldn't have had, and should never have been for a title to begin with. I saw you walking down to the ring, and you were huffing and puffing before you even got there. Before you climb in the ring, you're already huffing and puffing. I know seniors right now that can walk that distance, clear a rope, and it's not a problem for them. On top of that, you're trying to bury Gunther's talent by saying, oh, the chop was funny. I thought it was funny. You're burying talent, which is what everyone accused you of doing back in WCW. Not to mention the fact that you broke Charles Robinson's ribs. This isn't the NFL, bitch. You're not in the Bears no more. Know how to do a spear. It's been 20 years. I do not know for the life of me who he sucked, fucked, or taped in an uncompromising position to earn this. And then to be a bitch online the next day being ungrateful because you don't know how a goddamn TV works or a network. I am through with I've renounced Goldberg. I've renounced Goldberg fandom. This guy bothers the fuck out of me. I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. I think we need to take a moment to appreciate what Ego's doing right now. This has been a rough year for him.
It has been.
There's been a lot of hard truths that are coming out for LeftEyeEgo. I know you just got left eye, but I feel like you're seeing things with both eyes right now.
First Goldberg, then Jay.
And we welcome you to the reality of the red pill.
I hate it here.
Don't worry, I'm not winning this month. I'm going to be gone for a week anyway.
All right. Right. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Mr. Duke Devil 95, your take on Mr. Bill Goldberg.
I don't know why we needed a retirement match for Goldberg to begin with. Let's be honest. He is not a WWE star. He is a transfer from WCW when they're doing bullshit. he is a stone cold knockoff that did not have any talent or ability to sell and hurt people more than he actually put over product. So this was a gift to Bill Goldberg. At the same time, I acknowledge I would feel slighted, like you cut my end promo short. Like if I'm Bill Goldberg, I'm like, I think I'm the shit, because clearly that's what Goldberg does. It's like, I think I'm the shit. I should get at least the opportunity to close out and give my statement. Hi, problem. You're not giving your statement on a PLE. You're giving it on Saturday night's main commercial event. Tough shit, dude. Be happy. You're 60. You didn't have a heart attack, or you didn't hurt anyone in the ring like you did Bret Hart.
Matt.
I did not hear Helwani comments, so I will say this. Goldberg was always a kind of out for himself type guy. Not a bad guy, but he just always used wrestling as an opportunity for himself to get himself over and make money. So that's what I think this is about. He had a last match is like the first issue of a comic book. That's why I always do them once every couple of years. Because it's the last match, it probably got higher ratings, sold some Goldberg last match T-shirts or whatever. And if I'm willing to bet he's bitching because his Legends contract that he got now isn't as good as he wanted it to be. So that's what I think is really going on.
All right. I'm going to go to this really quick. I'm going to come back to this right here.
About the yourself thing.
So let's look at Goldberg. He cracked the referee's rib in his last match and never apologized to Charles Robinson. He did kind of put Gunther over, but Gunther did lead the match and gave him his longest match in 22 years. Got his final match in his adopted hometown with the world title on the line on network TV, which is a larger audience than a premium live event or a Raw or a SmackDown.
Agreed.
Spent years trashing the WWE for not giving him a send-off, then got one and acted like it wasn't good enough. WWE posted his full retirement speech on their official YouTube. It hit over 1 million views, and he didn't even acknowledge it. Bret Hart was right.
Oh, shit. What happened to my
So,
nose? What the hell happened here?
You lost some light.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Hold on.
So, as far as Bill Goldberg goes, Matt is partial right on this. Bill Goldberg obviously views his stardom much bigger than it actually is. Calls his legacy, and I think to myself, dude, you peaked in 1996, Georgia Dome, when you beat Hogan. That's it.
Was that 96?
Mm-hmm.
That's early. Wow.
I thought it was like 97 or 98. Was it 90?
I had 98.
Wow.
Wow.
96.
It was
Georgia
before
Dome.
the merger.
Yep.
Wow.
So you complained that in your mind, they gave your undefeated streak to some Japanese girl, Asuka. I'm like, you mean Asuka?
It's Asuka.
You mean someone who can actually wrestle? And then when he came to WWE, all of a sudden everyone started doing spears. I'm sorry, you had Rhino from ECW.
Edge.
You had a lot of folks doing.
He invented the spear.
Goldberg ever stepped foot in the ring.
Right.
There were actually no weapons called spears until Goldberg appeared.
Right, exactly. So
the Greeks credit Goldberg.
Right.
To spears.
Well, as far as a retirement end off, because he said, this was promised to him by Vince, and WWE owed him a retirement match. WWE doesn't owe you shit.
It's probably in the contract.
Don't.
Maybe.
Vince was no longer there, and you had a last match in Saudi against Roman Reigns that you fucked the one up because it was so close to the end of the match, and Roman has him in a guillotine choke, and because Goldberg can't hold Roman's weight, he's holding the rope to keep himself upright, which should be a rope break. But because it was the end of the match, the referee overlooked it, just went to the other hand. Okay, ring the bell.
Saudi's like the Elseworlds for the WWE. Let's be honest.
By the way,
Go on.
A good change in pro wrestling for a kayfabe realism point of view. They don't do the 3-arm drop anymore. They do the MMA style. The ref says you're out, and they call it.
Yeah.
I like the 1, 2, 3. The more of a visual to me, but I understand.
Well, it really depends on the match, because in the last month I've seen both.
Okay, yeah.
So some consistency. So moving on to the shitty stuff over the weekend.
More than
we actually had two pretty good shows. Now AEW did have their big show, All In, and there were some positive things to come out of the show. Now Matt is more the AEW guy. I follow it to know most of the major storylines, but I know I didn't watch All In because I'm not going to pay because I'm not going to pay to watch All In, and that's 4 wrestling shows in 48 hours. Dear God in heaven.
There were more of them, by the way.
What?
Those are only what we talked about.
Right.
Well,
There was
you literally could have watched pro wrestling from 7 a.m. like Friday morning.
Oh my God.
And
Ring of Honor, SmackDown. It was
New Japan had something.
Two
Mexican Federations had something.
Yeah, you had a AAA did something where the Cobra attacked Mr.
Oh my God. What the hell was that? Unprovoked.
Carnage.
International incident. So Matt, tell me one thing that a match you really liked.
Okay.
This match.
The best match of the show was Swerve and Ospreay against the Young Bucks. It was spectacular. They were doing stuff. You know how we talk about I did high school wrestling, and dropping from 3 feet in the air sucks, right? These guys were doing things like top rope, to ground suplexes, and just getting up like it's nothing. You know, the courage and ability to do that, and the show that these guys put on. And one of the cool things they were doing was they were using each other's moves, like countering each other, and a lot of counter wrestling. I love counter wrestling in the show when they put that on. You know, so the best match, the most entertaining match, I should say, was Swerve and Ospreay versus the Young Bucks. Swerve and Ospreay won, and therefore the Young Bucks are no longer kayfabe EVPs anymore. You know?
Correct. Now, this match here, I thought this match, Tony Storm versus the Belt Collector, the right decision was made. Tony Storm now retains.
And credit, I have to give Monet credit for this because she was the one putting this storyline together. And she or someone close to her said, look, the fans think you're going to go over, so take advantage of that and sell it that way. This way, when Tony wins, there's a big surprise. You know?
Got you.
And again, because Monet, this is with Tony Storm, it was a WWE, so American European style match, which Monet can do very well. So the match itself was a pretty good match.
Okay, we did have the winner take all, a bit of a surprise. Okada is now the new unified champion. Some of the talking heads think that this is going to lead to a program for this title against Konesuke Takeshita. So
possible. I wonder if Kenny wants to take more time off to keep recovering from the diverticulitis again.
Maybe. We did have
Okada's an underrated talent. So
now we did have a sad moment here. This was supposed to be a one-on-one match. Adam Cole came out to the ring, said he's got some lingering medical issues. It's later revealed that they are concussion related. So he was medically unclear to wrestle. So he vacated the title right before the match. This turned into a fatal 4-way. Kyle Fletcher, I believe Danny Garcia, Sammy Guevara, and Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah.
Dustin Rhodes in his
What?
home. Yeah. Dustin Rhodes in his home state got the win. For the fans of Kyle Fletcher, rest assured he's getting that title soon. That's
I believe my conjecture, because Dustin Rhodes is basically on his final contract, getting ready to retire.
for 6 years.
Well, I mean, he said this is it. So he had until recently had no titles at all in AEW. Now he's a tag team. He's Ring of Honor TV champion, if I recall correctly, and now he has his AEW TV title. So this is probably his like the last big push / now got to put the young guys over type of thing with the titles. So.
And apparently, Dempsey's wife, her favorite was Jeff Hardy, or is Jeff Hardy still?
Huh.
He's still performing.
And I want to say, this event was 5.5 freaking hours. Not counting the pre-show.
Oh my God.
It went longer than WrestleMania 35. This is the longest pay-per-view in wrestling history.
Yikes.
And then we are free of the Death Riders. John Moxley is no longer the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. That honor is now Hangman Adam Page. Now, this was the Texas death match, so of course this is going to be a bloody carnage of a mess, which I'm sure Matt loved every second of it.
Yeah,
I'm sure you did. Matt.
It was. I mean, there were some spots that Moxley and Hangman did that I was like, I mean, I enjoyed them, but I'm like, I mean, 1 inch to the left on some of these spots,
Right. So I want to add this because I thought this was actually a very smart touch when they got the briefcase out and Hangman. When they got the briefcase open and the belt was in there, that they still had Bryan Danielson's side plates on that belt, because in story Moxley just took the belt and shoved it and hid it away.
Yeah.
So nice little touch on that. Some more storytelling again. Probably the longest story that AEW has told. Swerve and Hangman Page. A new chapter has come in. So Matt, I'll let you close out all in with.
Okay, so this match, most of it will be this match. So this match concluded a bunch of storylines. Daniel Bryan came back and got his revenge, by helping out. Basically, like you expect any of these big matches, there's a lot of shenanigans, outside interference. All the Death Riders came in. So Daniel Bryan came in at one point to assist and knock some people out. Eventually Marina goes for the belt to get the case from. This is the big one. So spoilers. Marina goes to get the case so Moxley can knock Page out with it. And all of a sudden she pulls it out and her wrist is chained to the thing. And out pops on Prince Nana, who is Swerve Strickland's manager. And no one, because Swerve and Hangman have a rivalry where they burnt each other's houses down. I mean, this is and like Swerve was.
Yes, we know.
Swerve was in Hangman's baby crib saying, like, I'm going to take your family out.
Yes, we know.
And then they had a promo, one of the better sort of reconciliation promos on Dynamite or Collision, where they both said passively, we might have gone a little too far. And then Swerve shows up and saves the day, and they have that look that it's not over, but it's going to be in the ring. You know what I mean? And Swerve saves the day, and then Hangman goes over. There's a lot of great storytelling for this. As horrible as the Death Riders have been as a story, for the past year. There's a lot of this match itself was great storytelling to wrap it all up. So,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, and I give AEW a lot of shit, deservedly so. But when they do something well, I will let that be known. Now, on the other,
are we done? Or you still want to wrap up the whole thing, or just this match?
it was that match, and that kind of wraps up All In.
I just want to say
Unless you got. Wait,
do you hear me?
now I can.
I just want to say the right people won the Casino Gauntlet matches: MVP and Athena.
Okay.
Yes. MJF and Athena.
Gotcha. Okay. Now we go from a show that I said the promotion of this show, the booking of this show was piss poor, haphazard, just sloppily put together. Ended up probably being depending on what you like, the one or two best shows of the entire weekend. And I said that the WWE, the women, owed it to themselves out of sheer spite, the way the company handled this event, to go out and have a banger show, and they fucking did. And of course, I'm talking about Evolution. Now, Ego and I had the pleasure of doing a live recap after the show. Brad or Matt, did either of you get a chance to watch this show?
No, I haven't had time to watch it yet.
I watched some parts. I watched Rhea and Io.
EO.
I watched I'm sorry, Io. Jade and Naomi.
Okay.
And I watched most of Trish and Tiffany. I caught the highlights on the others, but honestly, for me, based on what I've seen, this was a solid B show for the
This is
weekend.
great.
They did a really good job for literally no buildup.
Right. As Ego and I talked about, so we'll go through the matches really quick here. So as Brad said, Tiffany and Trish, straightforward. This was a sprint of a match. It was about 9 minutes tops. This was never in doubt. Tiffany was going to go over. I did like that she's. I guess some of the talent kind of took this event to try something new, as Tiffany takes a vertical suplex into a back breaker, which looked good. But of course, that's going to be your outcome. Tiffany goes over. You mentioned Jade and Naomi in a no holds barred match. I will say this. I said it on the recap show. This was Jade's best singles match since she's come to WWE. And the reason why, it was done at a very deliberate pace. It was a slower pace. And the use of the tables, the plunder, gave her power moves a little bit more oomph. And we find out later why Jade goes over. How is Trish making Tiffany look better than the match than with Charlotte Flair? Well, because Trish understood the assignment.
Word.
Trish Stratus is almost 50 years old and looks fucking great.
So, Ego, your quick thoughts on the Jade match, Jade and Naomi.
You're right. It was her best match coming into the WWE, but I want to know, is it really saying anything given how long she's been in wrestling?
Hey, better late than never, right?
I guess, but I guess. Anyway, it's, I think it's more just you have to play to someone's strengths, even if they're slow and bumbling. And if you play to their strengths, you can kind of clean up potential botches and potential room for injury. So I mean, they kept it at a slow pace. They kept it in ring for the most part, and there is one big move into a table, and that was it. I mean, it went.
Which the horrible joke, because now that the tables have the Slim Jim logo on it, when someone goes through a table, of course, you snapped into a Slim Jim.
Yes, she got snapped. She snapped Naomi into a Slim Jim. You know, the win was more signifying what was to come later, but I mean, it was good. It's been her best match. So I won't take that away from him. It's just, you know, it took you this long to get to this point. So anyway.
No surprise, the Battle Royal, the winner, Stephanie Vaquer, she gets a championship match at Clash in Paris, and this will be for the Women's World Championship. In a surprisingly really fun match, the Fatal 4-Way for the Tag Team Championships. Now, as much as I hate these titles and I think they should just be burned, this was a fun match to watch. And I'm just going to say, whatever experiment they were doing, pairing Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, it's working. Alexa Bliss is actually making Charlotte Flair a likable character, where there were chants of we want Charlotte, where 2 months ago in April, she was getting booed out of buildings.
Which just goes to show that Alexa Bliss is a gift that keeps on giving.
You can have Vladimir Putin with Alexa Bliss, and they cheer for him.
Sure.
There you go. Ego, thoughts on this match?
It was good. It was a good match. I mean, me and JV were talking about it earlier, but I said this is what you need to use the tag team titles for.
Mm-hmm.
Spread the talent around. 8 women in the ring. You don't even. I mean, you can try to make pairs and things like that, make factions later on. But I mean, showcasing in-ring talent, 8 people could be in the ring at one time if need be. But I mean, I think this is what it's for. It made it not necessarily frenetic, but there's a lot more action going on. There's a lot more activity. It was good. It's not the same at all, but the only thing the Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair team up reminds me of is the Rock and Sock connection.
And folks have mentioned that. And folks have mentioned that.
I'm trying to figure out what else could be. It's like besides that, but I'm like, nah, it's Rock and Sock connection.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I love it. I'm here for it.
Who did Eugene team up with?
Regal.
Remember Eugene, the
Regal,
mentally handicapped person?
Yes.
He
call them special now.
He was it Regal? But they had a thing, like a weird vibe.
Yeah, Regal.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So this match here for the NXT Women's Championship was decent. It was good. It was fine.
Storyline
Match, because she's been a face for 45 days until Sunday, when folks who have never watched anything AEW have no idea who the Mariah May is. You are not ready for the woman from hell. As a character, she is one of the most sadistic, vile heels that you ever want to come across. Matt, Ego, am I lying?
Nope.
No, not at all. Nope.
She can go to dark places.
She'll play. She plays no games at all.
Now, the show started off with a banger, and that is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. This match was awesome. And right from the start, the Atlanta crowd was into it. The bell rang, and the three are kind of posturing a little bit, and the crowd just, no one had thrown a move yet, and the crowd is erupting. And by the end of the match, in a very creative way, Bayley hit the rose plant on Lyra, is going for the pin. Becky does a shoulder roll, grabs the Bayley into a backslide for a very creative 1-2-3 ending. I thought this match was great. They gave the women enough time. Each of them got time to shine. And even Ego has to admit that Lyra looked pretty damn good in this match. Ego?
One bad. I like the slip. I guess slip pin that Becky pulled at the last minute. It was really creative. I hadn't seen that before. And you know, it was a good match by Lyra. I know I give her shit about her lack of charisma to me, but I will say that she had a good match.
She doesn't have charisma, but that's fine.
She's getting there.
I said what
She's
I said.
improving. She's improving.
I know.
Quick.
I said she didn't. I'm saying past tense. It's getting there. She's got cover now. She got to get the isma later, you know. But yeah, I will say that. Plus that the getting out of the crossface into her Nightwing, that was pretty cool. I saw JV sent that message. That was actually pretty cool reversals.
Last night?
That was a good. Yeah, and that was a good reversal. So she's getting better in ring from what I've seen. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the wrestling outfit too. Maybe we need to change that. Maybe we got to change that too. Please don't do that. You might as well just say yeet with extra ease, bro. Okay, you're saying woo.
You should get like a toilet bowl flushing.
I don't think he was wrong.
Seriously, no one cares.
That's all I'm saying. Okay. They both left the end of the alphabet. Both
so then
neither here nor there.
So that's how the show started. The show ended with, oh my gosh, these two are simply, like I said, the most over talent in the women's roster. Not just the best bell-to-bell woman on the roster, probably the best bell-to-bell talent on the roster. And these two just put on a banger, an absolute fucking banger of a match. And again, it still continued a story. Naomi ended up cashing in to become the new women's world champion, but the story still continues. Rhea can't beat Io. Even though there was a ref bump, Rhea hit the riptide. No referee to count that.
Well, how many years
that's a shame
for Rhea to beat Liv?
What?
How many years did it take for Rhea to finally beat Liv? 4 years? 3.5 years?
Actually, until SummerSlam, Liv had only beaten. That was the second time Liv beat Rhea, because originally Rhea had her number.
But then there was like a 3 or 4 year gap, like where Rhea
a little bit.
Yeah.
So, Brad, I know you watched this match. Thoughts, please.
Honestly, the only thing that made sense was Naomi cashing in, because I did not know who was going to win.
No.
I was like, this is fucking good. And it's like, I really didn't know who was going to hold a, because we figure this stuff out. We've watched this stuff enough. We figure stuff out. And watching this match, it's like, I don't know who's walking out. And then as soon as, Naomi shot, well, now it makes sense.
Right.
Because now neither one takes the loss.
Correct. Very good.
And now,
yeah.
And this sets up, like you say, because we got it set up on Raw, this sets up the huge triple threat match at SummerSlam.
Correct. So as Brett said, neither Io or Rhea have to take a loss. Take a pinfall loss.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep the story going that Rhea just for bad luck, no luck, whatever, just can't find a way to get past Io, because even in the match, the story in the match, Rhea would have sustained some offense, but it wasn't very long because Io had an answer for everything Rhea threw at her. It went outside. Io's jumping off of production.
Oh my God.
Just
what the hell were they doing outside the ring? Oh my God.
It was awesome, man.
Oh my God.
I would say I would say I might put this into a match of the year candidate.
That's fair.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah.
So right now we're at like 5 because we've got Kevin Owens and Cody at Rumble, Kevin Owens at Sammy at Elimination Chamber, Io, Rhea, and Bianca at WrestleMania 41, Chad Gable and Vikingo at Worlds Collide. Even if you have not watched that match, go watch that match. That match is fucking amazing. And now Io and Rhea.
Oh, you forgot Cena and Cody at WrestleMania.
I did not.
Oh, that's weird.
I said no such thing, and just for that. You wanted that.
The power of God. I smite you.
You wanted that one, didn't you, Brad?
I did it on purpose.
He said it with such a straight face too. I was like, "What did he miss?"
So
You just made the list.
Have you not figured out my gimmick?
I know. Okay, so this is now heading into SummerSlam. We are 2.5 weeks away.
Oh my God.
Because, dear God, we don't have time to breathe. And we had a few matches set up from at Night of Champions. We got 2 matches. We're now at 6 confirmed and possibly 3 more that are going to be confirmed very soon. We got somewhere here. I just got told we're at 6 likes. We're more than halfway to double digits, folks. So if you have not hit that thumbs up button, which costs you nothing, be sure to do that. And also check the description down for all of our links, all of our channels.
I say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
Is this early for SummerSlam? This seems early.
No,
I've lost track.
Well, it seems early because there's so many of these B-tier shows that are just getting plugged in.
Plus, we're just getting older and time is moving faster.
Now, well, that too. So we're moving into SummerSlam. Now, these are the matches that we already have confirmed. What will be the night 2 main event? John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. What was confirmed?
Oh my God!
What was confirmed on Monday night, which will probably be the night 1 main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther versus CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
From night of Champions with Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill will challenge Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. That is a big ask of a 25-year-old to lead this match.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying.
No.
5 minutes. Keep it 5 minutes.
Please.
We also have, which was made official on the Monday, for the Women's World Championship. Basically, they're running back the WrestleMania 41 match. Just take Bianca out, insert Naomi. We also have Becky Lynch will defend the Women's Intercontinental Championship versus Lyra Valkyria. And we get
Yes.
the match we've all been dying for, folks.
Oh, I hope this is in my WWE 2K download.
Drew McIntyre teaming with Logan Paul against Randy Orton and Jelly Roll.
Now, I did say on my review that it looks like Jelly Roll lost like 100 pounds.
No, he did.
Yeah.
He actually did.
Yeah,
Well, he's like
he
Jelly
did lose a little-
streamer now or something. You know,
Yeah, he did lose. Yeah,
Jelly
he did
Bean.
lose some weight. As I said, he really should have teamed with El Grande Americano, and they could have called their team name the Duncan number 4 combo item.
I would have loved it.
So these are some matches that we're probably going to get because this is the first 2-night SummerSlam. So we're looking at about 14 total matches.
So we need to fill in 8 more matches in the next 2 weeks.
Correct. Now we've probably got 3 already done, which will be because it was said on Raw, once Mr. Dominic Mysterio is cleared, Adam Pearce is going to book a match for Dominic and AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship.
Dominic's winning that.
We don't know yet. We will. Who knows? By the end of Raw, and a certain tribal chief, OTC1, every time he comes back, they're just going to make a new shirt just to
Sell merch.
so much.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're going to probably get Roman Reigns teaming with his cousin Jey Uso against the Brawns.
Braun.
That makes sense.
Braun squared.
And we're probably also going to get the Women's Tag Team Championship. Again, it's a match. It's for a top title. And it'll be the Judgment Day versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss in a straight-up match. Just my thoughts.
That makes sense.
Anyone else have any possible thoughts of matches like the 1 or 2?
Well, we got to stick LA Knight somewhere.
He'll
That's true.
Jacob
Jacob
and Solo have to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I am sure that they're going to have something involving that, either a title match itself or, well, hello, Sam. Hello, Sam. Hi, Sam.
Just because it's a bunch of men grabbing
You just made the list.
rubbing up against each other doesn't make it gay.
No,
I don't know what you're watching, Samuel.
just stop it. So we also have, I think you're going to get Sami Zayn and Cross again.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. This is the worst storytelling. Paul has fucked this shit up.
I'm not saying it's great storytelling. I'm just saying it's there. I think based on what I hope they do sooner, I hope they do this sooner and not at SummerSlam, because in the Battle Royal, Zelina Vega eliminated Julia, which means they're going to run that back.
They're going to have to.
They're going to run a rematch back. So hopefully there's a challenger, which I heard this and I love this thought. With Bayley now out of the picture for the IC title, and for some reason, LA Knight, who's listed as a SmackDown guy for the last month, has been on Raw. And on Raw, we also saw Chelsea Green and the Secret Hervis.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they just got pushed over to Raw. Send Bayley down to SmackDown or over to SmackDown and run a similar program for the United States Championship with Julia. Not a bad thought. Just saying.
I just think maybe start thinking, hey, maybe not do as much next year, guys. Maybe just chill out.
We know that that's not going to happen. And
there's so much wrestling now. Like in the next 6 weeks we have SummerSlam, another Clash, right? Forbidden Door at AEW, another AEW one right after that. I think All Out.
Heat Wave.
We have TNA Slammiversary, which is their big pay-per-view
Sunday.
And then we have one other.
How many did we have this weekend? 4 minimum?
4.
More than 4.
Well,
because
so there was 3 from WWE, one from AEW. There was one from New Japan. There was one from Ring of Honor. There was one from AAA.
I get it when it's WrestleMania week, right? So I get like stacking like NXT and 2 nights of WWE WrestleMania, but this is just like, guys, you're diluting your product.
Well, interesting you say that because this is not going to change anytime soon. Now that this started between these two companies specifically, because Tony Khan decided to run an episode of Collision the same day as the Royal Rumble to try and draw eyes away from the Rumble.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. This is not the Monday Night Wars. Stop it.
Now, these two companies had like minor shows back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. WWE specifically overloaded the weekend with their product to take talking away from AEW All In. August 24th, which is AEW's Forbidden Door pay-per-view, which is a cross promotion with New Japan and CMLL. Matt. Okay.
CMLL, yeah.
NXT is running Heat Wave at the same time. Actually, not the same time, same day. Forbidden Doors in London, so it'll be at an earlier time. But no, this is just going to be all the same.
They're acting like this is the Monday Night Wars. It is not the Monday Night Wars.
These are petty people. Petty people.
The worst part, I totally get Tony Khan. But Vince is not there anymore. Nope. You would think that Paul and Nick would be a little bit more seasoned and like, we're just going to do our thing without having to worry about it. But it seems like they're programming off them.
The parents will be also running UFC programming constantly. Like,
TKO.
if we want to throw in UFC, at least 3 events. There was the regular UFC program that's on Thursday, I think. Thursday or Friday. There was some little event this weekend, like ESPN, like not a pay-per-view. Like TKO's plan is basically like, have UFC events on these weekends as well.
You also saw Cody Rhodes with a championship
my
belt.
Died. I'll be right back.
Okay. You also saw Cody Rhodes with a championship belt show up at the home run derby.
There's a saying we all know: absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Just saying, oversaturation does not work, i.e., MCU.
Right. And speaking of, these are all just bad decisions, which
segue, dude.
Which takes us into the staple of this show. It is the Wednesday Night is Overbooked Top 5. Thank you for setting that up. That was wonderful.
We need a segue clip
where we take a topic and we give our 5 takes. Our number 5 take gets 1 point. Our number 1 take gets 5 points. And at the end, our legal expert, Bradley Burnett, who counts in 6s instead of 5s, gives us a definitive scientific answer for this topic. Which, by the way, I can see we got a few folks still watching. If you have not hit that like button yet, make sure that you do. Again, check out the description. Check all of our channels out.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
Again, cost you nothing. And the topic for this week is wrestling is a business with creatives, and they make some really bad decisions. So we're going through the top 5 worst decisions made in the wrestling business from a creative executive business decision making process. So we're going to start to my stage right with Mr. LeftEyeEgo. What is your number 5, sir?
Man, number 5 is the Rock's involvement in was a WrestleMania 41 storyline.
Okay.
With the Cody Rhodes selling his soul thing. It could have been
Rock, go fuck yourself.
Could have been anybody. I am not sure what Paul Heyman was doing or at what point he was affiliated there. I know he's probably still with, I think he was still with Roman Reigns at that point. Whoever.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have even said it, saying, I represent somebody. And we could have gone a whole year trying to figure out who that was. For it to be anyone other than The Rock, I would have accepted anything but him involving the storyline. And then when the heat got too much, he cut and ran, trying to show a video like, oh, I'm in Hawaii. I have nothing to do with this. It's like, you shouldn't have had anything to deal with this beforehand. So now you should be showing up to actually dead this whole thing, and you don't. So just his involvement in general was terrible. It was a terrible decision. So that's number 5.
Brad, you're number 5.
So when I'm looking at mine, I'm really looking at things that I remember that I watched, and I'm going back to 1998, Brawl for It All, Brawl for All.
Oh, the boxing one.
Which, yeah, this is attempt for shoot fighting tournament, which basically hurt a bunch of wrestlers. Hold on, I literally wrote down my notes. Dr. Death, Steve Williams, he was actually going to be like favorited to win, but he legit got hurt because these are professional wrestlers who know how to sell moves, but don't know how to fight, and they're being asked to fight, and people got fucking hurt, and it was bad. And then I guess was it Bart Gunn won in the end? I think.
Yeah, one of the guys.
And no one cared about this because this wasn't. Wrestling has a certain thing. It's scripted. We all have our superheroes. We have our supervillains. That's what it is. We get that. And this is trying to introduce reality to it in the Attitude Era, and it actually cheapened the Attitude Era for what they're trying to do.
You know what? A bunch of slack-jawed English people. Love the name. For the name alone.
I just want to say that the Blade movie cannot be cracked. That is an enigma. No one knows how to make a Blade movie at all.
Apparently not. All right, Matt, you're number 5.
I almost went with Sting losing to Triple H at WrestleMania.
Oh,
Almost.
wow, that's a bad.
That was close, but I couldn't get over. I still can't get over WrestleMania 9. Hulk Hogan squashing Yokozuna. I just can't. So, that was such a horrible decision. After Yoko beats Brett and all that.
Oh.
And then Hulk Hogan just squashed freaking Yokozuna. It hurt Hogan and Yokozuna equally.
Yeah. So my number 5, we're going to TNA. And TNA, when certain writers came in, I'm not going to mention who, the storylines got very cringy. Possibly. But one of the creative angles that was just vomit-inducing, cringe top to bottom was the affair between Dixie Carter and AJ Styles. Matt, do you care to elaborate on that?
So, it has to be put in context, though. Okay, so the context is there was a period of time, even before Russo got there, or before that guy got there, that Dixie, her on-screen character, was a slut. She was the owner of the company, and she was sexually harassing and sleeping with our male wrestlers. That was kind of like on-screen.
But we've seen that from the male perspective.
Yeah,
right.
No, but it was really bad the way she was the owner.
It was really bad.
And then Russo comes in with AJ Styles, who's the cleanest. Even when he's a heel, he's the cleanest guy in the company. Like if AJ's a heel, he's a heel where if you touched his wife, he'd burn your house down. He's not he doesn't see.
Yes, we know.
And then this comes in, and And was it 2007 or something like that?
Something around there.
Yeah, and if you thought it would have got worse, who did she have the affair with after that? It got worse before it stopped.
Yeah,
Her father put a stop to the storyline because he was actually owner of the company.
So that's my number 5. Ego, you're number 4.
This could be tough scoring, guys.
It's gonna be very scary. It's gonna be all over the place. Number 4, to take you back to September 26, 2023, and only being in the Performance Center for 4 months was released like a plague, for which I would have wildly unnecessary, wildly unnecessary hope that she would gain any traction. That is the signing of Jade Cargill, and the fact that they did that right.
Wow! Holy
Yes.
Mic drop, mic drop, mic drop.
Ew.
Wow!
In the words of Genghis Khan, WWE must have done something bad, because why else would God send the plague of Jade Cargill on their doorstep?
What a heel.
Yeah.
Lamb's blood on the door.
Yeah.
Wow! Wow!
I
am literally mixing my drink right now, but I need a serious shot. I can't believe what has happened to Ego.
It's
Oh,
yeah. Wow. It's been a rough 7 months, guys. Okay, I'm going through it.
Our baby boy's he's
grown up. He's grown up.
He's grown up. He's grown up, and he's grown up. Brad, you're in the number 4.
Let's do a little Wayne's World in a flashback. Let's go back to April 26, 2000. WCW Thunder. A movie is about to premiere. It's called
No.
Ready to Rumble. You know what we need to do to promote this movie, which
God.
WCW is heavily invested in? Let's make David Arquette. Hold on. I got to read this because I can't fucking say it legitimately. The WWC Heavyweight Champion of the World, World Heavyweight Champion David Arquette. After he pins Eric Bischoff in a tag team match. That's Ego, were you even watching it this time? I don't even remember.
I just all I remember was a still photo.
Hello, sir.
From
this is literally.
I had no idea what happened.
You can add more.
I'm holding it.
This is literally like WCW's like, here's a fire. All right, I got a can of gasoline. I got another can of gasoline. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep going.
You remember, by the way, really quick, Brad, just I'll let you finish. But to the new folks in the chat, welcome. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. Check out our links down below in the description, because we all have YouTube chat and also with a variety of content.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
Yes.
So this is to promote a movie about wrestling, which honestly, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen. Admittedly, I've watched Plan 9 from Outer Space. But it made $12 million off of the $24 million budget. And then he then dropped the belt in like 2 weeks to Jeff Jarrett, which led to another terrible thing, of course.
Gotcha.
You remember when they had to use the triple-decker cage from the movie? They tried to use it in WCW.
That's so terrible. Matt, you're in number 4.
Yeah, my number 4 I've kind of mentioned before. So in circa 2015, when Vince McMahon had on his roster at the same time, in good health, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, 3 of the 5 best wrestlers in the world, right? Instead of pushing them and elevating his company to new heights and making a crap ton of money, he was in the middle of his multi-year push, failed push for Roman Reigns, who no one wanted to see in that role he was pushing him in, because Vince couldn't get out of his head that he had to let Roman develop organically instead of just trying to do whatever he was doing face Roman, no one cared about. And this is going to tie into another one of my,
So big dog Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Okay.
2015 big dog push.
There's so much other stuff, but I made the point.
My number 4.
Hey, Rock! Go fuck yourself!
Says it all.
How's it not your number 1?
Oh, there's worse.
I know. Just for like your attitude. No.
Okay. Ego, you're number 3.
All right, number 3. You guys are gonna sense a theme here. Number 3, WCW. It is the 90s. One of the he was kind of a funny gimmick, but it was a decent wrestler, decent luchador. La Parka faces Goldberg.
Oh boy. Here we go.
And in that match, I shit you guys not, Goldberg breaks La Parka's leg with a spear. And I mean, I don't speak the most fluent of Spanish, but if someone's writhing on the ground and yelling "ow," or cursing in what you believe to be Spanish, it's got to be hurt. Not only did Goldberg keep going, he fucking jackhammered him and then pinned him with the leg he broke for a 3 count. 0 awareness, 0 safety, didn't even check up on him. He said, "Who's next?" Like he wasn't going to go to the fucking hospital. Like, bitch, the ER is next because you put this fucker in the hospital. So having 0 awareness, 0 care, not checking in on the guy that you're supposed to be sharing a ring with, being cooperative, and not knowing how to do a fucking spear, and breaking someone's leg. I'm talking probably head of the femur, which is where the hip is. So pretty much he got close to breaking this guy's hip. And if you don't know the arteries that are located there, you could have killed him. So I got that number 3. Femoral, yeah. Femoral artery, my bad.
That's my Juris Doctor in practice.
That's fair. I'll take it, yes. Femoral artery that's there could have killed him, especially considering it's near the head of the femur, which is near the hip. But that's number 3.
Brad, you're number 3.
2002.
Okay.
We had a monster. Big red machine monster named Kane.
Mm.
You know what Kane did, according to Triple H?
Oh!
Kane murdered Katie Vick. And then pleasured himself with the corpse.
Yeah, he's a necro.
Yeah, little necromancy going on, except not bringing it back to life. Oh, but wait, there's more.
Oh.
Because the creative decision is for current creative director of WWE, Paul Levesque, husband of Stephanie McMahon, father of 3 girls, to put on a Kane mask and jump into a casket with a mannequin and pretend to F it that it's Katie Vick. Holy God.
And the fact that there are still folks that want Vince the McMahon back.
Let's bring back Vince. Because, God, everyone loves necrophilia.
Yeah.
These are the guys that are on the Lolita Express to Epstein Island.
Yeah, that's no, I'd scrubbed that from my brain, Brad. Thank you for.
You know, the worst part though is like it legitimately killed Kane's character.
Yeah.
It is awful. I mean, like Kane was a badass, and it was like now he's this weird ass dude, and it was all a build up for Kane and Triple H. I'm like, this is what you come up with? You can't come up with any other shit? You make him a necrophiliac? Are you insane? Vince.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow. Dempsey.
Hashtag undead rights.
Yes. Matt, you're number 3.
Okay. So let me caveat this by saying in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, you had storylines where wrestlers would be like racist or like foreigners or whatever. They were heels, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we go to WrestleMania 19. Important to understand is that Vince never wanted to put guys from other companies over. It's why number 5. My honorable mention was Sting and Triple H, that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Booker T in WCW, he's fighting Triple H, who's an over-the-top racist character. And at WrestleMania, where the hero is supposed to win, that's a Vince McMahon rule. You can put it quoted multiple times. Generally speaking, the hero has to win a minute. What's the clues in the storyline? Vince had Triple H beat Booker T and end the storyline that way. Violate his own rules to put down a WCW guy. And oh my God.
That's terrible.
Even Triple H said it was stupid, the same way he said him beating Sting was stupid. But
yeah. My number 3. We're going to go 2 years prior to that WrestleMania. WrestleMania 17, turning Stone Cold Steve Austin heel.
Oh, God.
You effectively killed the Attitude Era. Right then and there. Even Stone Cold said, yeah, this was a decision we should not have done. He regrets it to this day because he got the next push was going to be like Kurt Angle, and he's doing these goofy comedy skits with Kurt, and it just lessened Stone Cold. So, my number 3. Ego, you're number 2.
All right. I'm going to take us way back to, I don't know, Saturday when someone got a retirement match they never should have been granted in the first place against an actual champion.
We got a theme here going here.
Yeah. Again, it's the fact that you've been in this game for, I'm going to say, all of 20 years. And that time frame, I thought that you would know how to spear someone literally half of your size. Half of your size. I don't understand how not even the referee is safe from your botch-ass spears, that they would actually crack a rib. You're sending everyone to the hospital at this point. Jesus Christ, your name should be Undertaker at this point. I don't even know why it was even necessary to give him this match, much less against a champion that he would try to bury, saying his chops were that great, when you're going to break the referee's ribs or crack them, at least. Like, nobody seems to be safe around you. Least of all, the person that's the most defenseless of all. Even knowing that I'm going to get speared, I would at least think that you would know how to do this safely as you're 57. Like, you pretty much cracked the ribs of a peer. I mean, I don't know how much older this guy was than Goldberg, but I mean, damn, we don't have too many hits we can take after 40. And at this point, all you're doing is running through guys and sending everyone to the hospital by the end of the match. Jesus Christ. Bill, The Undertaker, Goldberg.
Well, you're not wrong.
I do want to say, though, the actual Undertaker is one of the cleanest and safest workers in professional wrestling.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant that. I just mean it in the literal sense.
Okay.
Like, you might die wrestling this guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Brad, you're number 2.
My number 2 jumps off of one of the most controversial things that ever happened in all of professional wrestling, which was Survivor Series in 1997.
Okay.
The worst decision was Bret Hart jumping to WCW.
Oh.
He was guaranteed a 3-year contract at $2.5 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
And he was introduced as a referee in a match. Who was the match? It was a Hogan match. So you bring in legitimately one of the hottest stars coming off one of the biggest controversial swerves ever.
Right.
And you make him a fucking referee. And then he gets caught up in all the WCW politics behind the scenes because he's not one of the guys there. He's still a Vince guy. That's saying he's still a Vince guy, and he can't get ahead. And then what happens?
For me, brother.
Then what happens? Yeah, Hogan buries him, of course. And then he goes into a match with Goldberg, and his career is ended because Goldberg is a sloppy ass fucking dangerous wrestler. And don't think that health problems after that probably did not happen because of that night.
Probably not. Matt, you're number 2.
Might be the first one we all mentioned when we double up. So you mentioned it before, the brawl for it all. So this came up because JBL. So in some places like Japan and Mexico, there's a connection between pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. A lot of wrestlers do mixed martial arts and vice versa, or do like grappling wrestling, like jiu-jitsu and all that. So JBL wanted it would be a good idea for the WWE to start a sort of MMA division and do that stuff in America, that they can market it, because in the late 90s was when MMA was starting to spread. Okay, so he gets together with Vince Russo, and they come up with brawl for it all. And now there are a bunch of guys in there who had legit MMA martial arts. Even Dr. Death was a world-class real wrestler, right? But they don't do an MMA thing with MMA rules and a referee. They do pro wrestling shoot fighting, which has no rules other than hope you don't kill each other.
Right.
You know? And if you're going to do this is called strong style in Japan. If you're going to do strong style, the wrestlers have to know how to do it so they don't hurt each other. And the only ones there who knew that would have been, what was Shamrock even in that tournament?
I don't believe so.
He wasn't.
He's been in Japan a lot. So I can't. I know one of the Guns won it. I know Dr. Death got hurt.
Bart Gunn,
yeah. And I don't remember any of the guys in there having legit strong style backgrounds. You know, that's my number 2.
So my number 2, one of the business decisions. Again, business decisions get made, but when this business decision began the downfall of a company, Ted Turner selling WCW to Warner Brothers. The Warner Brothers, which then merged with America Online, and the guy in charge of TV was known. He did not like pro wrestling. Within 2 years, Turner was out, and WCW was ripe for the pickings to be bought by the WWE. Terrible move. Mine number 2. All right, Ego, you're number 1.
It's kind of in line with what Brad Duke Devil was saying. I don't necessarily blame him for this, but the fact that he had to run in the career killer, the buzzsaw, the true Undertaker in the worst way possible, booking Bret Hart versus Goldberg. Because if had that not happened, Bret Hart would, I actually believe, now that I will say this, guys, I had to ask people behind the scenes, mainly Matt and JV, about Bret Hart's concussion. I didn't even know he got one, and I seen that he said, "Hey, I lost 10 to 15 years of wrestling and like $40 or $50 million with include merches, contracts, everything." I didn't believe it until I actually saw the match and how Goldberg kicked him and the way Bret Hart looked after he got kicked. And for one thing, Goldberg wasn't even looking at him when he kicked. Jey Uso's super kicks can be terrible, but at least he's looking in the direction of the person he's kicks. Goldberg looked the complete opposite direction and launched his foot straight into Bret Hart's forehead. And now that I've also been told that Bret Hart nearly had a stroke. They did have a stroke, which they're saying is probably related to the concussion that Goldberg gave him 2 decades ago. And Matt's telling me that Bret can't even take a bump anymore because he might die. Like, it's that bad.
Which is why we're so scary when he was attacked at Hall of Fame.
That was just from the concussion. The stroke made it even worse.
Right.
Yeah, and then don't forget, he got attacked by some jackass at Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And that made it worse. Oh,
you
my God.
You got to remember, when Goldberg did the super kick, now he got super kicking left and right. It's a standard move everyone trained with. Right. It wasn't back then. So, like, it wasn't like it was
Shawn Michaels was like
Shawn Michaels who could do it safely.
Yeah, Shawn was a king.
He was the one guy basically doing super kicks in America. Obviously, in Japan, they were all over the place.
All right. Yeah. All to say, like, I don't care how nice of a person you are. I would take that grudge to the grave.
He will.
Yeah,
You can be
Brett
the
will.
nice. I know Brett's petty now, but I mean, I could be John Cena. I could be the nicest person, do all the Make-A-Wish. But if you ever pull some shit like that to me, I'm grudging that to the grave. If I had unlimited resources, I'd spend the rest of my resources making your life as unhappy as you've made mine for taking my career away because you don't know how to wrestle. So I got Bill Goldberg as number 1, 2, and 3 on this list.
Wow. I feel the more we do this, the more Ego's going to come around a little bit.
Yes.
Brad, you're number 1.
Everything for me is really WCW because this is how you destroy a company. January 4th, 1999, Nitro. We have a heavyweight championship match. The heavyweight champion, Kevin Nash. The challenger, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Boom! The finger poke of doom. Walks into the ring, the square off. Everyone's excited. This is fucking blue balling your fan base. You walk in, it's like, oh my God, it's gonna happen. Nash and Hogan. And Hogan goes, boop, into Kevin Nash's chest, and he goes, ah, and falls to the ground. Hogan pins him. New champion, new NWO, no longer factions. We have restored the NWO because guess what? At 1999, this is the storyline they think they're going to run with. Is this Vince? It's got to be Vince Russo at this point.
What? I think
it's Vince Russo, I think. Yeah. This is a creative direction they're going at.
Hogan, Nash, none of them wanted to do it.
The worst part is the fact that Hogan and Nash didn't want to do it, and they can pull any fucking stroke against Vince Russo. What the fuck, man?
Well, I believe this was after the merger when the Committee of 10 took power with Marek Bischoff. Bischoff commented about what happened after the merger. And basically, this Committee of 10 people who had no idea what wrestling was basically started running the company.
Right.
Also, just to point out, on that same night, there was something significant happened on WWF.
Mm-hmm.
I think a certain Mick Foley won a championship.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the one where they said it was all recorded?
Yeah.
Guess what won that night?
Mick Foley.
And guess what happened to WCW? The roller coaster ended. This was the finger poke of doom, was the start of the destruction of WCW.
Well,
yeah.
Matt, you're number 1.
Merger, but my number 1, and it gets justified every year we get away from it, as we see. Before I say what it is, I'll say what it isn't. Remember I said when you can justify Roman beating the Undertaker because now Roman is legit.
Mm-hmm.
So retroactively we can justify.
Mm-hmm.
So they come up with the idea to end the Undertaker streak. 3 people would have to agree to it: Vince, Undertaker, and the Dude. Okay. Taker would do whatever Vince wants because he's loyal to him. Brock did not want to take.
Well,
We just lost his voice.
we lost you. Nope.
Still down. You're back.
Yeah.
Go.
You might have to jump back in and go out and jump back in.
Nope.
Fuck, he's gone
Inside
again.
the streak is going to end.
It
No?
went out.
Everyone's quiet. Let him talk.
No? I'll be back. I'll only log.
All right. So we'll go with my
Yeah.
number 1, and then we'll wait for Matt to come back in. My number 1 was, again, wrestling promoters are petty. Okay, Matt.
better?
Let's go with you now.
To end the streak with Brock taking the streak already, meaning he's not going to come in.
Nope.
It cut out again, man.
Cutting in and out.
Let me try something.
All right, I'll go.
All right, we know he's saying Brock is ending the streak.
Right. I'll do mine. So we're gonna go to
Any better now?
Say something, Matt.
Any better now?
Nope. It's in and out.
No. Okay. Then we'll. Okay.
Still not, yeah.
So we're gonna go to AEW. We all know what happened at Wembley Stadium for the second time there. Apparently, there was a big dust up, and according to Tony Khan, he was in fear for his life from attacks by CM Punk. CM Punk gets fired. The Bucks are starting a feud with FTR, and they decide that this is going to be a great little stick it to Punk angle, and they're going to show the footage, the backstage footage from Wembley Stadium. Again, Tony Khan signs off on this. And Tony Khan had said he was in fear for his life. They show the Wembley footage, and basically everything Tony Khan said was a fucking lie. This is where viewership really starts taking a nosedive. Attendance starts going down. Pay-per-view buy rates start going down. They've recovered a little bit, but they're never going to be where they were at that point. So I think creatively to try and play this angle was one of the worst decisions ever. So it looks like we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way tie for first here, Brad.
It's a fucking clusterfuck. You know what? I'm gonna pull an executive decision as the only person with the legal counsel and say every one of these things we put on here is the worst fucking decision ever.
I agree with that.
Every one of these things, look, there are legitimately 5-4. There are 20 decisions that are on here that are terrible for wrestling, and every one of them legitimately could be a number one because they all have affected it and ruined enjoyment of pro wrestling.
I appreciate that.
So your decision for the winner is all of the above.
My decision for the winner is we have all lost because of this stuff.
Okay. All of the above.
I don't think you know what? When I look back, I'm like, yeah, there's no way to find a winner. We all lost.
All righty. Wow. So as far as I just got word we hit double digits again. So for you in the chat in general, you get a mic drop for that. And as far as what we got coming up, again, we all have channels. Mr. LeftEyeEgo, what do you have coming up, sir?
Working on a review of Superman. I will be trying to have that out by Friday or Saturday at the very latest. Had some of my buddies go with me to watch the movie, and we're giving our review. And again, I'll have that out as soon as I can.
All righty. Mr. Duke Devil 9895, what do you have coming up, sir?
On my channel right now, I have my review of Superman, which apparently has no traction, despite the fact that I actually spent money to go and see the movie. Otherwise, you got my Wormhole Watch show. Last week, we had a very special guest from Friday Night Tights. X-Ray Girl joined us. And this week, we have another episode, which clearly will not get as many views because it's not as attractive with 3 dudes. But go watch our show. We have fun.
Gotcha. Matt, is your sound ready?
I don't. Is my audio still messed up?
You're good right now.
Roman show tomorrow. Plus, I posted a few videos about wrestling on my channel. There we go.
Okay. As for myself, as Matt said, I'll be on with Roman of the Empire. We'll be going over the original Invasion of the Body Snatch action film. Always a lot of fun. We have our member of the Wrench, Jacob Ironside. Fabulous meme time, which is always a fun time, and watch Roman's head explode during all this. It is worth the price of admission. And my own regular content as well. I want to say thank you for everyone who has shown up here. Thank you for everyone who tuned in Sunday as well. And for all of us at Wednesday Nights Overbooked, we want to say, hope you have a great rest of your week. Keep talking, keep smiling. And until next time,
Toodles!
Take care.
And here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Yeah.